This video is about how to not get fired on your first IT job.
Yeah, we will take you through the top 10 do's and don'ts to keep you employed through your first year in IT.
Hello, I'm Big Haas.
And I'm Silicon Dark.
And welcome back to Completely Nerdified.
As you can tell, we're not harmony singers.
Right.
And without further ado, let's get into it. Don't be the person that doesn't hang out after work sometimes.
Right.
After work, people get together sometimes. You may find that some of your office buddies want to go to the local bar or, see a movie or do something social. And it's probably something that's been established, like they've been doing it before you got there.
Right.
You don't want to be the person that's always begging them off, like, I've got to go home, I've got to do this, I got to do that, because the old rule still applies.
Right.
If you're not in the room, people will be talking about you.
That's right. And then there's all those little tidbits that you learn from employees and even your boss, for example, that you only learn in social settings.
Yeah.
So, what used to be talked about on the golf course is now talked about at that bar event or that baseball game or whatever the event may be.
Exactly. And sometimes you find out some really, really important things that you may not know or have heard in the office, such as someone might slip out this how much they're making, which might be shocking. Or you find out that your boss likes a certain movie. Or,
Right. Or you find out that your boss or somebody in your group used to play in a band, and then they play the same music you like to listen to. So you learn the little tidbits like that help the camaraderie of the office, also helps you fit in to your new environment.
Yep.
Don't number 2 is don't get the new guy syndrome.
What's that?
What's the new guy syndrome? The new guy syndrome is the new guy comes in, and because they just learned some code in college or they learned some code in a code boot camp, they think that it should be done that way without learning why it was done the way it was done for the company. There's lots of business rules and caveats that have to be taken in consideration when you're looking at code. And you only know that after you've been there a while and you've done some code for production.
Right. That brings me back to a time a couple companies ago had a recent graduate come in, and the person wanted to rewrite our whole web framework using C, and not C#, C, something from like the 19 whatevers.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go into details, but it's a very hard language, and if you've got like $1 million and you got, really experienced programmers, it might work. But there's a reason why there is no C web framework. It's not a good thing to do.
Right.
But I had to kind of walk the person down to say, hey, let's try doing it the way we do it first.
Right.
And then make suggestions.
Right. Just realize that what you learned in school or what you learned in the boot camp, it may be new technology, but there are certain reasons why technology was chosen in the first place. So find out, ask questions, and then listen, because you don't want to get the new guy syndrome. That will make you the bad guy on the team if you come in thinking that you know a better way. So just listen and then make suggestions where they fit in.
Yeah. I just want to add one more thing to that. Don't change the code, what we call the legacy code.
Yes.
Assuming that you can just write it better and assume that it works.
Right.
Okay? It works. Don't assume it doesn't work and you have to fix it and break things. You don't want to be the breaker.
Right. You do not want to be the one that breaks the bill. Yeah. Believe me. There's a lot of companies where that's not a good thing.
No. Yeah.
Don't number 3. Mm-hmm. Now this is a big one. Don't fall for the free food and the free drinks.
Yes, you don't want to do that.
You will get fat.
Yes.
There are companies where they love to bring in donuts. They love to bring in cakes and candies, and you will gain weight faster than you will ever seen in your life.
Yeah.
Don't fall for that.
I think there's something like in some rogue manager's handbook where let's give them beer and pizza and sugar, and that'll just keep them coding all day. Yeah.
Don't fall for that.
No.
If you've been to college, you remember the freshman 15.
Yes.
How about the new guy?
How about the diabetic decade?
Yes. You will gain weight.
Yeah.
I tell you. Stay away from the candy at the front desk. all that. Because sugar will make you gain weight faster than you've ever seen in your life. A donut here, a donut there is fine.
Yeah.
But stay away from the free food and the free soft drinks.
Yeah. My very first IT job, they in the lunchroom, they had vending machines, and it was like regular vending machines you find everywhere
Right.
else, except every vending machine, including the Jack and Jill ice cream machine, it was 25 cents. Everything was 25 cents. I was getting
Wow.
Pop-Tarts, I was getting soda,
Wow.
Jack and Jill.
Wow.
It was open 24/7.
Wow.
I blame that for this stomach I have right
Wow.
now. I mean, it's crazy. You don't you do not want to fall for that, especially since we sit so much.
Yeah, that's the
computer.
other thing. Since we sit so much, since you're at your computer so much, and you don't get up and walk around and get exercise as much as you think, stay away from those high-calorie foods. And they're free, and they smell good, and they taste good, but just stay away from them.
Yeah.
Trust me, you'll thank me later.
Yep. Number 4 is do listen and speak up. Listen to what's being said in the meetings, and if you have a question, ask the question. Now, for myself, I've always been a kind of introvert, shy person, but I've learned that in life and at work, you really need to represent yourself, because no one else is going to represent you.
No one's gonna represent you but
And
you.
if you want to be rolled over and kind of like follow the whims of other people without any input, then don't talk.
Right.
But if you want to have some control of your destiny, and it's okay, ask questions. It's okay to say, why are we doing this?
Right. And any question should be asked. No matter how trivial the question is, if you don't know the answer to it, then you should ask that question. The worst thing you could do is walk around not knowing when you could have just easily asked the question. A lot of people who are working on your team, they were new once, so they also understand that no question is a dumb question. The goal of what you're trying to do is to complete the project successfully. So the more knowledge everyone knows, the better. So first, listen to what goes on in the meetings, and then ask questions when you don't know.
Number 5, you should strive to be on time.
Oh man.
If you have to trick yourself to kind of like set the alarm 15 minutes early or adjust your clock at home, whatever it takes, you should get to the office on time. A lot of times there are meetings, there are, people expecting you to walk in the door to answer their questions, and it looks really weird if 9 o'clock comes and go, or 10 o'clock comes and goes, and they're still looking for
Right.
it.
And again, you're the new person. You're the new developer.
Yeah.
It's just respectful just to be on time.
Yeah.
Pick a time and then be consistent. One thing your manager will probably expect of you is that you're consistent. You're consistently there when you're supposed to be, and you're on time. That happens in a lot of businesses, even though they have a floating start time.
Yeah.
So just be on time. That's a good tip for everyone, but especially new people.
Yeah. Hey, don't forget to click on the like button for this video.
All right, if you like this video and you want to see future videos, subscribe. We're going to be putting out videos, more videos very soon. So subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Don't be afraid to leave comments. We want to know what you like, what you don't like. We got thick skins. We've heard it. We've heard
it all before. Exactly. And if you have an idea for a new episode, leave a comment. Let us know.
You might win a free Completely Notified t-shirt.
You might.